Hello all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with most famous recipe, and that's Pani Puri. And Pani Puri is itself very tasty. And today we're gonna make it street style, and it's gonna be a perfect recipe. So let's get started. So firstly, let's take 1 cup of suji rava, which is also known as Bombay rava. So we usually use this to make upmas. So now inside this, let's add 5 tablespoons of wheat flour. You can even take maida, but I'm just using wheat flour. And now you have to take half a spoon of baking soda, which is we usually use in baking. And yeah, so we have to mix everything completely. And now let's add water and mix it gradually. Mix it a bit loose because the rava absorbs water and it becomes a bit thick. So mix it gradually by adding water if you need some more water. And yep, so it should be like this. And wow, so finally it's like a dough. So now we have to leave it for nearly 10 minutes. So yep, you can see it's soft and it's so spongy and nice. And now let's add up the wet cloth inside it and let's leave it for 10 minutes. So in the meanwhile, let's take a pressure cooker and add 2 big sized potatoes and just add some water until the potatoes are completely sunk inside. So now we are making masalas for the Pani Puri recipe. And now let's close the lid and allow it to cook for 3 whistles. And these are white peas which I have just soaked for 4 hours, and now we have to boil these. Now it's time to make the pani. So this is the soaked tamarind. I just soak it for 10 minutes, and this includes coriander leaves, mint leaves and green chilies all together. So we have to make them a thick paste and we have to mix that paste into water. So make sure you do a fine paste. And I just mixed it with water, and here we have our water ready, and we have our tamarind juice also. So now let's pour off our tamarind juice, and I have just taken a small ball size of tamarind. That's it, that's more than enough. And now let's squeeze a half lemon. Squeeze it completely. And make sure you follow the same steps and the same measurements so that you could get a perfect recipe. And now add nearly 1 tablespoon of salt. And our pani looks delicious, but we need to add some other ingredients also in it. So now let's add 1 tablespoon of red chili powder. That's enough. If you need more spice, you can even add 1 more tablespoon also, but I don't prefer using 1 more tablespoon. And now let's add some jeera powder of half tablespoon and some pepper powder and just mix it completely. Wow, and our pani is ready and it looks delicious. It's time to prepare the masala. So now let's mash up this potatoes. Don't over mash it, just mash it slightly, that's more than enough. And yep, I'm done smashing it. Wow, the paste is so nice. And now let's add the boiled white paste into that. So you have to boil it so soft. If they aren't soft, then you can just mash them slightly and add into this. And now let's add some onions, chopped onions and chopped coriander leaves, and 1 tablespoon of red chili powder and half tablespoon of roasted cumin powder and some pepper powder and some coriander leaves powder, and finally chaat masala, and mix it completely. And finally, let's add 1 tablespoon of salt or according to your taste. And this was the dough which we have just kept it for 10 minutes. And now let's divide it into 2 balls or 3 balls as per your content of your dough. So now roll it into chapati. Make sure your chapati is not too thin, not too fat. So it should be like normal chapati what we usually do in our homes. So make it a good round shape. And yes, I just completed. Just take a small mold or cap or anything of your wish which is a small puri size. So I have just taken this cap and just cut those using this mold. You can even take the small biscuit molds also. So finally I'm done. So gently pull up this leftover dough and you can just make this leftover dough a small ball and roll it over into small puris also. And wow, the puris are ready. And you can just take them into a small plate and they are ready to deep fry. One more thing is that make sure you just cover these so that they would not become hard. So as soon as you drop into the oil, gently press them so they just puff up. Yeah, and make sure that you just fry them completely, otherwise they are gonna be so hard. And just look at this. So if you just press them, they are just gonna pop up. And yep, you can just take off them when you think that they are completely fried. So they should be golden brown color. So we have to fry until we get a nice golden brown color. Yeah, our puris are all ready and they are nicely puffed up. And you can just see, wow, we just got it street style. And just check, wow, they're so crunchy. And this was the aloo mixture which we just prepared, and this is pani. And it's time to make pani puri. So just stuff this everything and dip inside pani and just eat it. So wow, what a beautiful Golgappa recipe. Make sure you just like the video so that we could get motivation for our next video. And if you're watching our channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye, meet you in the next video and thanks for watching. Bye.